I'm Keith Armstrong, and I direct the Student Veteran Health Program for the San Francisco Department of Veterans Affairs healthcare system. I want to say some words about all three of these brave women, their collective work, why it's important to me, and why it's important to all of us. Jennifer Golick, or Jiffy, was new to working with veterans. She began working at the Pathway Home in September of last year, highly regarded from her time working at Muirwood Adolescent and Family Services in Petaluma. She was smart and a welcome addition to the program, a sophisticated professional with a big heart and fresh perspectives. Empathy guided her interactions and her connection to others. Her speaking eloquence and communication skills were surpassed only by her listening abilities. She was a gifted healer. Something that may seem like a trivial detail about Jennifer is important to me that I want to mention. People in our community, people with a gift and a passion for working with veterans, are often sports nerds and sometimes baseball nerds. It's a game where every year, individual contributions slowly and effortfully build into a larger story, communal and complicated and universal. Now in the Bay Area, those people are inevitably Hunter Pence fans. He is our most prominent local spokesman for the deeper meaning of baseball. Jiffy, in particular, loved Hunter Pence. She wore his jersey to spring training and to games. There's a story well known to Giants fans that's worth telling when uncovering something about Jiffy. Some years ago, the Giants were about to be eliminated from the playoffs, a postseason they would eventually win. Their fortunes reversed after a dugout motivational talk from Pence. He asked members of the team to get in a huddle. He asked them to look directly into each other's eyes. He asked them to think about how much they cared about each other, to draw motivation from that love for each other, to focus not on their predicament, but on their bonds, to play not for themselves, but for each other, to play for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. Jiffy did that every day of her professional career. With veterans, with coworkers. She was about to celebrate her 20th wedding anniversary with her husband, Mark. She leaves behind her 8-year-old daughter, McKenna. She was empathic and passionate, an expert in her field, fueled by humanity and understanding, individual effort pushing toward a larger goal. She was the future of the work. She is irreplaceable. Christine Lober was not new to working with veterans. She left a career in sports and marketing and community relations because she felt called to work with people who needed help. She left the world of her beloved Red Sox to join the ranks of those who help and heal. She earned her social work degree in Boston and focused on women health and veterans health. She was kind and empathic and passionate. And she was equally accurate and efficient and effective. She brought a keen eye for detail that propelled her career. It benefited her patients and her coworkers. Like me, Christine was an East Coaster transplanted to the West Coast. And I want to reveal a bias right now. When a New Englander says they are going to get it done, they will get it done. With Christine, it was 100%. She was East Coast that way. When she looked you in the eyes and said, "I got this," you knew you didn't have to worry. A little extra glance and a nod, she was calibrated to a slightly higher standard. I love that about her. And she sought challenges. She did not start a career at Pathway Home because it looked easy, nor did she teach yoga classes for vets because it was easy, providing cutting-edge holistic care for them. She had no intention of using her tools and time on work that was vacuous or flimsy. She wanted to dig into the soil of the human experience. She wanted to make real connections to real people with real vulnerabilities. She made good things happen. She was a facilitator. she leaves behind her loving family. Like Jennifer, Christine Lober was empathic and passionate, an expert in her field, fueled by humanity and understanding, individual effort pushing toward a larger goal. She was the future of the work. She is irreplaceable. Jennifer Gonzalez Shushariba was well known throughout California as a dynamo, an up-and-comer with boundless energy and cutting-edge skills. She left her mark personally and professionally up and down this state: Los Angeles, Palo Alto, Mountain View, Santa Rosa, San Francisco, Napa. A local gem who made a national impact in the field of care for veterans. We were blessed that she joined the Student Veteran Health Program at the San Francisco VA. Absolutely. She was the consummate team player, devoted to directly helping veterans. Clinical poise, skills, and depth. So warm and genuine. Bright in the truest sense of the word. Smart, but also radiant, effervescent, and enthusiastic. She always wanted to do more. More places to go, more people to meet, pulsing with energy. On our team, we loved Jen, of course, but we'd always laugh a little because she had beautifully color-coded and organized to-do lists. But the thing is, she had about 2 million of these lists. Seriously. It was a remarkable balance that harnessed her own swirling spirit, and it worked beautifully. The energy was balanced with precision. The passion for veterans was balanced with an understanding of policies. The love of people was balanced with professional craft. She was a dream coworker. She and TJ were about to celebrate their first anniversary. Their child was to be born in a couple of months. Like Chiffy Golick and Christine Lober, Jennifer Gonzalez Shushariba was kind and empathic and passionate, an expert in her field, fueled by humanity and understanding, individual effort pushing towards a larger goal. She was the future of the work. She is irreplaceable. Yes, they were passionate. Yes, they were experts. Yes, they were bonded to the people they served. Yes, they were the future of the work. There was a win behind each woman, behind expertise and even commitment to veterans. They were teammates, people with life and spirit who combined their brightest angels not to enrich themselves, but to make the world a better place for other people. Losing them together feels like an affront to all of our brighter angels, an attack on the very notion of compassion, energy, and kindness. It is professionally devastating. It is personally devastating. It is spiritually devastating. There are so many groups and organizations and people whose trajectories will be altered by their loss. This is not the time or place to name them all. The people we have been mourning are 3 women. In our community, women have always played a critical role in facing the challenges of caring for veterans, largely a male population. Like so many of their colleagues, Jiffy, Christine, and Jennifer were part of a community of women who were fearless and committed. I want to recognize them for it, and I want to express my gratitude and love for the community around them, remarkable women who have served and continue to serve our veterans. For those who do not work with veterans or have much contact with them, I'd like to make something really clear. Our departed colleagues were passionate about working with that group of Americans, and not as dispensers of charity on the afflicted. To those who might be tempted, please be wary of the easy narrative of veterans as an irreparably broken, miserable, and dangerous group of people. The events of March 9th, 2018 are unfathomably tragic. This is not what veterans are. We all love working with veterans. That will never change. And that pep talk Hunter Pence gave in the dugout about looking into each other's eyes and playing for each other, focusing not on the jam you're in, but on the love for each other, that's as accurate a description of the collective spirit of veterans you'll ever find. Citizens like no other, I could stand here for an hour and read emails and play phone messages from veterans I've received over the past week that would have us all in tears. And that's why we love working with them. That's why Jiffy and Christine and Jennifer dedicated their careers to them. Many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Christine was from Boston. Jiffy and Jennifer spent most of their adult lives in California. They converged in the community to confront issues that may seem niche to the public at large, but are in fact central to our national identity. 5 lives were destroyed last Friday, including TJ and Jennifer's yet-to-be-born baby. They all belong to families, to friends, to the people who knew them best. But they also belong to all of us. Active soul searching should come from this. Active soul searching must come from this as individuals, as community members, and as a country. And though I cannot speak for our departed and beloved friends, I can look at how they led their lives for direction as we try to have these conversations productively in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Jiffy, Christine, and Jen were good-humored. They were kind. They did not believe easy stereotypes. They approached difficult problems with a balance of love, humility, and wisdom. They used their inner light to fight darkness. They took ownership of problems that they themselves did not create. When terrible events happen, fear has a tendency to take over. And if we are not careful, it can fracture ourselves and our communities. We may be shattered by what has happened, but we are not determined by what has happened. We decide what we do as individuals, as a community, and as a country. Not only will we never forget Jennifer, Christine, and Jennifer, we will continue their work, we will honor their lives, we will guard their legacies, we will carry their torches. Together, always. I will end with an excerpt from a poem written in 1941 by Archibald MacLeish, typically read in honor of those who were lost in battle. It is called "The Young Dead Soldiers Do Not Speak." Hopefully it will guide us as we nurture the spirit and the work that Jennifer, Christine, and Jennifer brought to all of us and to their work. We shall never forget them, not for one day. After reading the poem, Brandina Jersky and Secretary Imbasiani and I will present family members with flags on behalf of the Department of Veterans Affairs and the California Department of Veterans Affairs. They say, we were young, we have died. Remember us. They say, we have done what we could, but until it is finished, it is not done. They say, we have given our lives, but until it is finished, no one can know what our lives gave. They say, our deaths are not ours, they are yours. They will mean what you make them. They say, whether our lives and our deaths were for peace and a new hope or for nothing, we cannot say. It is you who must say this. We leave you our deaths, give them their meaning.